Hi, and welcome to Artist Academia. Today we'll be learning how to draw Valentino and the Star from the movie Wish. So grab a piece of paper, a pencil, a pen, something to color with, and we'll begin. To start, I'm going to draw a loose circle. And then I'm going to draw a very loose oval like this. And then another loose oval this way. And then I'm going to draw some loose circles on the bottom like this. And then a loose oval over here. An oval over here. And an oval over here. So this is going to the beginning of Valentino. I'm going to draw a loose circle here where his muzzle is going to be, a loose circle here and here for his eyes, just like that. And then we're going to draw, going up this way, we're going to draw a loose oval up here where the star is going to be. So next, his face is actually at a little bit of a slant. So I'm going to draw a guideline this way. And then a guideline going this way to help us kind of guide where everything should line up. And so going off of this, I'm going to draw in an oval right here. I'm going to clean this up a little bit. That's going to be his nose. And then kind of define this a little bit more, this oval. Or I guess it's more of a circle actually. This is sort of the muzzle part of his face. And I'm going to bring a line down this way, comes up slightly like this and like that. And that's the start of the top part of his mouth like that. And then come down at an angle, come across, and then back up. I need to fix this a little bit. This part actually comes out a little bit more this way. A line there. I'm going to draw a line here. This is for his bottom teeth. And then there's going to be two lines coming like this. Like that. And then two little curved lines like this. This is going to be his mouth. I mean his tongue, sorry. The tongue that's inside of his mouth. And then for his nose, I'm going to draw a line that has a gentle curve down and then back up like that. And then two slight curves on either side. This is his nostrils. And then curve there, and curve there. And then starting here, come down and do a little scruff down there off of his chin. And then it comes back up like this. I'm going to clean this up a little bit so you can start to see. So this is his mouth and his nose. And then his face comes out like this and this. It's going to be an angle following these guidelines. And then comes up a little bit like this. Like that. And then on this side, it's going to come up a little bit higher and curve here. Looks this a little bit, something like that. And then he has these tufts at the top as well. And then it comes back down, curve here, and then curves down into one of his ears. And it's going to come down to almost down here, his ear, and then curve back up to meet up where this is, right there. And the inside of his ear is pink, so this part's going to be brown, and then I'm going to come back with a little bit of lines like this to make it look like he's furry, and then this part will be a light pink for the inside of his ear. So, like that. And then for the other side, coming from somewhere around here, I'm going to come at a nice curve. Something like this. Not quite a point, but it gets close. And then it's going to curve back down and come up like that. And then there's a curve for, this is still the brown part of his fur, and then this is the inside of his ear, the light pink part. And then his eyes. So for his eyes, looking at my picture, that there's a sort of a lighter color around his eye, and that starts on this side, kind of lines up with the outside of his nose on both sides. So I'm going to go up roughly there and draw a line on either side, like that. And again, this is the outside part going around the eye, not the eye itself. And then there's a little gap between here and the start of where his nose is. And then I'm going to come around this way, like this. This side is coming up further. So you have this raised eyebrow on this side. So I'm going to come up at a nice curvy point here, and then it comes back down. And then on this side, it doesn't go up as high. Something like this. And then there's a little bit of space. There's going to be some space between the edge of this lighter part around his eye and the edge of his face. Come down like that. So again, this is the outer part around his eye. And then for his eyes, there's a little gap between here and where his eyes start. I'm going to draw a nice curve there. And then a curve that comes up to around here. Curve comes down like this. And then for his eye, he's looking this way. So I'm going to draw a curve like this. And this is his iris, so I'm going to draw the pupil right here. And then there's two shine marks that are going to be white. So I'm going to draw little circles there for that. And then this is going to be just like a thicker line once we draw over it in pen. And then there's a tiny line right here just for the eyelid. And then I'm going to draw the eyebrow, which pretty much follows this curve right here. I'm going to make it not quite perfectly even because it is to make it look more like an eyebrow. These short little lines like that. And same with this one, the eyebrow. And there's gonna be a little bit of more gap between these two lines than over here. Where there's the second eyebrow. And then for this eye, again, you're gonna go in a little bit this way. I'm gonna draw a curve, and then this is going to be the side of the eye there. Make sure there's a little bit of space between here and here. And then draw another curve this way. Make it thick on these lines. And then we're going to draw a part of a circle here for his iris and his pupil, and then again with the shine areas, and then a little line for the eyelid, like that. And the top of his nose is going to be a little bit more subtle like this. I'm going to clean this up a little bit. Next, we're going to move on to the rest of his body. So we can start with the neck, 2 lines come this way, and then coming from here, like right off where this little tuft comes, there's some like lighter brown fur. And then we can draw the color of his outfit. Coming across, draw a nice curve coming this way, and come down like this, and then I'm going to lightly draw a curved line for us to use as a guideline. So I'm realizing as I draw this that this all needs to move down a little bit. So we're going to just scooch that down a little bit. That's okay. So he has one of his legs is coming off this direction. I'm going to really lightly draw this in. Another one is coming over this direction, and then can lightly draw this in here. So I'll have one hoof here, one here. This is torso, and then draw a nice curve this way for his back leg. Same thing over here. Okay. And then I can draw a loose circle here and here where the other hooves are going to go. And then right here, we're just going to draw a nice curve, another curve, and that's going to be roughly where his tail is going to go. So this is like a very loose drawing of the rest of his body, so I'm going to add more detail now. So for his collar, I'm going to come back these little lines, like that. Like that. And then he has diamond shapes, like this, coming in between each of these things. Over here, you're not going to see the whole diamond, so it'll look more like a triangle. And then he has little triangles up here, like this. Yep. And then his torso comes kind of starting somewhere around here. Gentle line, not perfectly straight, coming that way. And then a little slight curve here, and a line. This will be where it ends, and then there's put a line for the stripe that goes there. And then part of his leg here is going to be a little bit behind his torso. We're going to draw a curved line that comes in and like this, and then come across with the bottom of his sleeve there. And then over here, it's going to come out at a bit more of a curve like this. And then he has more hair coming here. So I'm going to draw a line and then some little tufts of hair like that. And same thing over here. And then they come down. It gets a little bit more narrow here on both sides. And then it comes out a nice curve for his hooves. And his hooves have like fur on them. So I'm going to again, draw some little fur lines like that. And then draw the hooves themselves. So line down here, curve, and then 2 lines in here for where the hooves are. Curve, that, and 2 lines in here. So there's his front 2 legs. This might be a little bit too wide, so I'm going to move that in a little bit, like that. And then we're going to do his back 2 legs. So start by drawing a line up this way. It's going to curve around like this. And then draw a curve here. And then we're going to do more hair for the top of the hoof, like that. And then we're going to draw an oval at this angle because you're seeing actually the bottom of his hoof coming up here. Draw a line up here and here, and then 2 lines there. So that's a bit tricky because you're showing the bottom of his hoof there. And then this needs to be adjusted a little bit. It's not a perfect straight line, coming a little bit there. And then here, I'm going to come up a little bit. You see a little bit of his garment coming up there. And then I'm going to show a few like crease lines in his outfit. And then for his tail, just a simple line up. It's going to curve back down like this. Leave a little gap, not come all the way up, and then you kind of come back in a series of curves like this. And then for the other side, I'm going to draw a curve over here and a curve like this for his outfit, and then define more his leg. It's going to come in this way. And then we're going to draw the top part of this hoof, and so we want some fur. And then you see a little bit of the bottom of his hoof, but not as much as on this side. So I'm going to draw a thin oval right here, line up there, and then again the hoof, this little lines here to show that it's a hoof. And then I'm going to draw a line over here to show this is again the same stripe that he has, at the edge of all his outfit. And then one line, slight curve right here for the bottom of his foot, his leg right here. So for Star's going to be up here looking down this way. So I'm going to start with the face. Nice little curve. Come down like this. And then we're going to do a nice little curve here for one of the arms, like that. And then another curve for a back leg, like this. And then another back leg. And this one's going to be behind the body. And then this arm that comes up behind the body, which is actually going to be somewhere down, right around here, like that. And then I'm going to define the back of the head, the body right there. And then there's a curve up here as well for the top. And then for the face, we're going to draw an oval like this. And you just barely see the oval of the other eye over here. And then a curve like this. And then a bottom curve for the bottom of the face. Like that. And then there's a lot of like, you know, because the star is magical, I think it'd be cool to show like sort of like the magic aspect of it. So I want to start over here, and it's going to kind of curve around Valentino down here and then come up around Star and kind of circle Star kind of this way, and then curve around here and then come back like this. And this is kind of generally where it's going to be. And then I'm going to just draw these stars. And what I'm doing, it's not perfect, but basically, you need 5 points. So I do one at the top and then come across right and left, and then 2 down this way. And I'm kind of just periodically space these stars. If this is too hard, what you could do instead is just draw like this kind of thing, which is perfectly fine. And in fact, I'm going to draw some of those as well. Just do quick little lines crossing each other like that. Very simple. And I'm varying the size of everything. So some things are bigger, some are like smaller, and I'm kind of just trying to disperse it throughout. That. And then we can just do some stippling like that. Okay. So now it's time to go over everything in pen. And now it's time to color. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you like this video, please consider liking and subscribing so you don't miss another video. Thank you, and see you next time.